every Capcom Resident Evil game, there are always rememberable and unrememberable enemies in each game. So today we are ranking Resident Evil 9 enemies on most rememberable, unrememberable, / are they aura farming? Are these enemies aura farming? Let's find out. It's a spoiler video, so you have been warned. If you have already played it and want to stay for the video, please stay for the video. It's going to be cool. It's going to be radical too. First up, we got the Blister Bone. Their design was so cool. Now, as for the actual boss fight itself, it was relatively more easy. They had a cool design, don't get me wrong. It was a rather easy boss fight. Is it rememberable? It is a little rememberable because you are in the chapel or whatever church and it's like burning down and stuff like that, and you're playing as Leon, and Leon's always aura farming, so I don't think anyone can out aura farm Leon. So I'm gonna put it in the B category because I do remember the boss fight. I do remember it. If someone asked me in a couple months about the boss fight, I will remember, but was it my favorite? Were they aura farming? Not really, but I do remember it. Up next is the OG monster that they brought back for this game are the Lickers. These things never fail to put me on edge, and they always make me feel uneasy. They have one of the most rememberable designs that I can think of. I am putting them in S tier. And I think it was really cool that Capcom did bring them back for Resident Evil 9. That being said, they are rememberable, and I remember the scenes, especially that one part where Leon walks in and there's like a 6 or 7 of them on the ceiling, and you have to defeat them. Really cool. Their design is really, really cool. Capcom really cooked with them. This can't beat a Licker. They're really cool. Even in Resident Evil 2, they were really cool when you had to go through the hallway. They force you to be stealthy. And I am not a stealthy girly. So I'm gonna be putting them in S tier. Next up are these wolf things that were in Leon's gameplay when you were like riding on the motorcycle. I'm gonna put them in D tier. They're not really aura farming. They're not really rememberable. Yeah, I remember the gameplay, but if you ask me in a couple months, I'll be like, yeah, can I see a photo? It's just your standard wolf. They're semi-cool looking. It's just a standard wolf. It was more annoying than like cool and fun to like battle them. I mean, it's always fun to play as Leon. Are they out aura farming Leon? No. Next up, Hunk. Gosh, this was such like unexpected thing that they randomly threw in. Do you remember the full boss fight? I will say this was a hard enemy boss fight. I was struggling. I think it took me like 3 or 4 times to even get through this. So, I mean, I do remember it. Hunk is pretty aura farming. I'm gonna put him in A. It was a rememberable boss fight. I think it's really cool that Resident Evil 9 brought him back for this. I think it is kind of funny that out of everyone, it was Leon to defeat Hunk, but you know what? It was a rememberable boss fight, and he was aura farming. I think him and Leon were toe-to-toe on the aura farming. A super Mr. X? Nah. Why is that even a question? Mr. X is always aura farming. I was a little disappointed that he didn't have his little top hat. That was like one of the first things I said. Like, come on, I want the top hat. I want his full outfit, but he's never fails to aura farm. Seems like a recurring theme up here in S tier. Some of my favorite games in Resident Evil are Resident Evil 1, 2, 7, and 9. I really enjoyed 9. No particular order, but definitely sensing a theme up here. On to the next one. This super spider that we had, I really don't know how I feel about it. Mutated animals. The biggest fan of mutated animals. I understand why there's mutated animals in there. I'm gonna put it to a D. It was more annoying than like actual like fun boss fight. Were they really aura farming? No, it's an animal. I don't know if they can really aura farm. It's just a big spider. Nothing more to say than that. Okay, the next one we have is Mr. Aura Farming himself, Victor Gideon. He's a very, very rememberable villain in this game. I'm gonna put him in S tier. He was a pretty cool aura farming villain. He had like snake leather and some gold grills. Come on. He was aura farming. Now on to the next. We have the mutated Victor Gideon. This one Wasn't as aura farming. I'm gonna put it in A. It is a very rememberable boss fight. I did enjoy the boss fight. It really reminded me of Resident Evil 3 with Jill trying to defeat the Nemesis like evolution, pretty much. So it's more for nostalgia. So I'm gonna put it in A. It was really fun. It was a little tedious, just running back and forth and stuff like that. It is a really strong villain, so I'm gonna put it in A. Next up, we have Chunk. I'm putting them in C. I remember the boss fight. Were they really aura farming? Nah, at some points. They were more aura farming when they encounter Grace, but when they encounter Leon, they kind of lose all their aura points. I'm gonna put them in C. I do remember the boss fight. It was pretty fun. You're in pretty close quarters. It was pretty scary, a little anxiety ridden. It was getting the heart rate up. So I'm gonna put them in C. Was it my favorite? No, it was a little annoying. Moving on. All right, the blister heads. We're doing the blister heads now. Gosh, I'm teeter-tottering between B and C. I really like that they brought back like a version of Crimson Heads. However, Crimson Heads are very annoying. I think I'm gonna put them in C. I do remember them. I think they're a little bit aura farming. I do think they're a little bit of aura farming. I think they're more annoying, if anything. I think it is really cool that Resident Evil did bring back a version of like Crimson Heads and stuff like that. However, was it really necessary that they did? No. I think it is really cool that it kind of shows the virus and how it affects people who are already dead. I think that's really cool. It's a cool nod. Now, were they my favorite? No, they were kind of my least favorite zombies in this game. You get it.
Thank you for staying this long into the video. I'd like to thank our sponsor today, JP Fans. Are you an anime fan? Perhaps a video game fan? Pokemon fan? K-pop fan? As a Resident Evil girly who lives in the United States, it is hard to come by Resident Evil merch, so JP Fans solves that issue for me. JP Fans is an app that connects you with Japanese websites. So how it works is that you put everything into your cart and you order it. Think it's shipped to a warehouse in America, and that group order gets shipped to your house. So you get everything at once, very seamless. Let's go on the app and I can show you what you guys can find. So I think I saw a banner for Biohazard. Hell yeah. So you could switch between Macari and JDIS, JDIF. Dude, this is everything I needed. Oh my gosh. Let's click on Chris Redfield. Ah! Dude, you can find so much cool merch. Dude, the 30th anniversary acrylic standee where he's wearing Pierce's scarf. No, it tore me to shreds. Scan the QR code right here to get the app or click the link down in the description. Thank you so much for staying this long into the video. Let's get on.
I really don't know the name of this one, so I'm gonna call it a Banshee. They did have like Banshee type of like zombies. They're just a constant in your ear while you're playing as Grace inside the hospital or care facility. I'm gonna put them in A. I'm gonna put them in A. I really give it to Capcom for always pushing the zombie genre and giving us new iterations of zombies and like what it means to actually be a zombie and stuff like that. This singing one, it messes with your aim as well when you try to interact with it. It's scary, you want to avoid it, but then at the same time, it's just like in your ear, the singing. You're like, oh my god, shut up. Shut up. And they just come out of nowhere, and it's not proximity. You're just constant singing, and then they just come out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. So I'm putting them in A tier. They were aura farming. They were really rememberable. Would they bring them back for another game? I don't know. It was kind of more of a situational thing, but I think they were really, really cool. I do really remember the orphan scene. All right, our next one are these orphans in that little hiding from the orphan scene. That was not one of my favorite sections. It was just creepy. It could have just been like more of a cutscene. It was more sad and disturbing than actual scary. These orphans were definitely scary, like having to hide away from like these like crazy rogue orphans, especially when you're in the basement and they're all inside like that, I don't know, like church. Why is there always a church under whatever in Resident Evil? There's always some kind of like rogue church. I'm gonna put them in B. Not a big fan of the gameplay section. They were really creepy and disturbing. I do remember them. They were aura farming. They were aura farming. How easy it is to aura farm against Emily. You know? So I'm gonna put them in B. I feel like that's a really good place to put them. Next up is the evolved Aura Farmer himself, Victor Gideon, as he turns into a mutated, like, tyrant. I'm putting him in S tier. I really loved Gideon in, like, Resident Evil 9. His character posed, like, such a fun threat, and it was really cool to see his evolution and learn more about his lore, how he was one of the researchers. He wanted to take over Spencer's research, but he was kind of just like lost in his own research and wasn't really getting Spencer's research. I like how his trope is kind of just miscommunication. He thought Elpis was gonna like save the world in antivirus. His design as like the evolved like tyrant almost is really cool. It was giving Resident Evil 2 again with Birkin, how he was evolving. His design overall for the whole game and his lines and the voice actor, chef's kiss. In S tier, he was Aura farming. So next up is like this plant thing. I'm gonna put them in like D. It was more annoying, if anything. It really reminded me of the Batman Arkham Asylum going against Poison Ivy. That's what it reminded me of. Will I remember the Poison Ivy from Batman Arkham Asylum over this in Resident Evil 9? Yeah, I'm probably gonna remember that because Poison Ivy's so fine. This one was just more annoying, if anything. Alright, Mr. Zeno himself, Mr. Aura Farming, Mr. I got your swag and I can't wear it better than the original. So I'm gonna put him in A. I really think he was Aura farming throughout the whole game that he was in. I really wish they did a little bit better with him. I think it is really cool that they did add like Wesker clone, and I do think Capcom is kind of testing the waters with that one. Are people okay with Wesker coming back? Let's put in his clone. Let's put in Mr. I got your swag. Will he ever be better than the original? God, no. As for like his design and like his voice acting and the scenes that he was in, I did feel the threat. I did feel like, okay, this is the villain. This is kind of scary. I love the full white fit, and he doesn't even have his arms in his jacket. He's just putting the jacket over his shoulders. He was Aura farming. Next up is our final one. We all know where we're putting the girl. We all know where we're putting her. This is S tier. This was like scarier than any other stalker villain that Resident Evil has ever made. They really upped the ante with this one. This one was absolutely terrifying. Chef's kiss to whoever designed that. It was terrifying. It was aura farming. It was hard to get through. You definitely need stealth and patience to get through it. The fact that they can crawl through the ceilings too and pop out of nowhere, I'm good. Pop out in even the safe room? Nah. Terrifying. My heart was beating when I was playing against the girl right here. Alright, so here is our tier list. There's quite a few in S tier. I do think there is good S tier villains in this game. There was some good A tier. You know, there was a lot of unrememberable ones too in this mix as well. Were they aura farming? That's really debatable. The ones in S tier, not really debatable. The ones in A tier, I might hear you out. But these B, C, D ones, sure, I'll debate you for fun on it. It seems like there is a common theme with the S tier ones. I'm a huge Resident Evil 2 girly, so definitely some of the stalker villains, the tyrant, Mr. X is back, the liquor is back, and I just really enjoyed Victor Gideon as a character, man. You see his descent into madness multiple times through lore and backstory, but also when he even learns that, like, there is an antivirus and he's like, no, that's not right. This is what Spencer wanted. He wanted chaos and I'm gonna create chaos. Dude, doing it for the love of the game. Love of the game. This is my list for Resident Evil 9 villains if they were aura farming or if they were rememberable boss fight or enemy. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I want to know your guys' opinion. Do you agree with my S tier list? Do you agree with my A tier list? Will you debate me on my BCD? Will we have fun with that debate? What was your favorite enemy of Resident Evil 9? Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. If you love Resident Evil content and other video game content, please consider lowering your standards and dropping a follow and liking this video and commenting. Go fight people in the comments. It's your life. Go do it. Go do it, girl. Crash out. go rage bait someone in the comments. I also stream on this channel, so if you want to tune into one of my live streams, make sure you put the notification on. Right now, I am streaming Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. It takes everything I love about Resident Evil, the puzzles, the horror, the thriller, the suspense, and put it into Sherlock Holmes' universe. We're going against a godlike entity that is doing human sacrifices, and it flips everything Sherlock knows about faith and logic and flips it around, and it's just like it's throwing Sherlock for a loop, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. So go tune into my live streams as well. Wesker's the original Aura farmer. Come on, he double S tier for Wesker. This is just a fake imitation.